Hello, all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Pisces for the month of May 2022. I hope, Pisces, you are doing really well. Let me know in the comments section how the month of April is going for you, and if all the manifestations that you've been working on are actually coming to fruition, and let me know all about the seeds that you have planted and what you're doing in terms of tending to those seeds as the year progresses. You know, dear Pisces, that this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Pisces. In the past position, we have the King of Cups, clarified by the Hermit. In the challenging position, we have the Two of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. In the present position, we have the Magician, clarified by the Ten of Swords, and in the future outcome position we have the Seven of Pentacles, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck we do have a wish coming true, Ten of Cups, which is a wish granting card. It's a card of a happy family, and of course family comes in different forms. That is important to remember. Now, in the past position we have the King of Cups. He can represent a few different things for different people. Now, the King of Cups is someone who is at the very, very top. He's very important because he is royal, because he has achieved a certain status. He has overcome many different challenges, many different obstacles. He's at the top. It could represent someone in the past position that helped you mediate something, helped you get through a difficult time, someone that kind of advised you how to work with your emotions in order to achieve something that was really important to you in the recent past, up to 24 months. But the King of Cups overall represents emotional stability, especially when things around are kind of chaotic, when people are being maybe demanding, or people are not responding, or there's a little bit of chaos that's happening, whether it is in a professional sense or in a personal sense. The King of Cups kind of stands true to how he feels, and the emotions that are inside of him kind of carry him through to the successful completion, to where he wants to be, basically. You definitely have a highly developed, based on the King of Cups, you definitely have a highly developed sense of how your emotions can help you achieve wonderful things in your life. But the one thing that stands out to me is that the King of Cups can represent an emotion in your life. For example, the most important emotion in my life is compassion, and sometimes it gets me in trouble because you cannot be compassionate to grown-ass people who can, pick up after themselves and take on more responsibility, and so on and so forth. And so the King of Cups can represent an emotion in your life that was kind of difficult, but you worked through it, that was able to bring important things to the surface in your life, and kind of shine the light, because that's what the Hermit here in the clarifying position does. The Hermit shines the light on the King of Cups, and that major emotion, is it fear, is it sadness, is it happiness, is it overindulgence in something that kind of helps you satisfy an emotional need, if you will. But definitely the Hermit likes to shine the light of wisdom on something that needs to be resolved, and create that balance as well. So the good thing is that this combination is actually in the past. You were able to balance the emotions in your life and allow more harmony to come back into your life, if you will. In the challenging position, we have the Two of Swords, which definitely tells me in the month of May there's going to be a little bit of a stalemate. There's going to be some stubborn person on the other end, if you will, of a conflict. You may be feeling like you're stuck because you have to make a decision, and the person that has an opposing view is not budging, if you will. So the Two of Swords in that kind of frame creates confusion, and creates a little bit, sometimes a little bit of drama as well. We do see the Moon here in this card, which creates some deceptiveness that you may experience in the month of May, but it's not going to be a lot, and you're going to be just fine, because the Two of Swords is a minor arcana card. It's not a major arcana card, and the confusion is only going to last about a week and a half, and you are fully capable of working through it. You're very strong. You're very also kind of like shape-shifting. You're able to be flexible in your perspectives. You're not necessarily super kind of locked into one thing. You are flexible, and that works to your advantage, dear Pisces. But the Two of Swords generally represents that, there's a difficult choice that may have to be made, and both of the alternatives aren't any good. And so sometimes when you have to make a choice and the alternatives that are presented to you are not very good, you find a third alternative, because you really don't want to go back, right? You don't want to lose the progress that you've made. So either create a third choice or wait until the conditions are favorable enough for you to move forward. But you are extremely flexible and adaptable, so you can kind of create a situation for yourself that can help you move forward. Now, we do see the Nine of Pentacles in the clarifying position, so it could be a difficult decision regarding your security, regarding your stability that you may be faced with in the month of May. The biggest thing here with the Pentacles when they appear in the challenging position is to make sure you're not spending too much money. You're not involved in reckless spending, so watch your money. Make sure your investments are protected. Make sure that not more money's coming out than coming in. You definitely don't want to live beyond your means. You definitely want to reduce your spending if needed, and maybe sometimes for like 10 days or 20 days you can cut certain things out in order to fatten up your budget, if you will. So definitely make sure when it comes to your money, you are very kind of smart about it. And money does like to be counted, and it does like to have a certain amount of attention, so make sure to protect your investments. But like I previously mentioned, it is a minor arcana card, the Nine of Pentacles. So it's a reminder from the divine, a nudge from the divine, rather than kind of like a wake-up call, if you will. Now, in the present position, we have the Magician, and that is a very powerful card. It's a card that is number one. We do see number one at the top of the card, which says that you are in charge. You are in charge of your life. You are in charge of your destiny. You are in charge of your decisions. You are in charge of your responsibilities. You're in charge of your goals, and you are on the right track. It does seem to me that you are overthinking something, because we do have the Ten of Swords in the clarifying position. So there's something you're trying to create, or you will be trying to create in the month of May, that is obviously going to create some difficulties. You're being challenged in this, whatever you're trying to manifest is not coming about as quickly as you would like to see it come to fruition. And it does seem to me that the issue here is about your perspective. It's how you look at an opportunity, how you see what is in front of you. And it is important to remain flexible in your thinking, because when you start to only want one thing, and when you don't see other possibilities and other potentials around it, sometimes when you want something really, really, really bad, you create a lot of resistance that the universe feels. That's the thing, is you don't want to create a lot of resistance, and it can be obviously quite difficult. But the The Magician here is suggesting that you have the power to create because you're able to communicate. So express yourself. And, there are many different ways that people can express and unlock those different important ways of expression. Maybe not just speaking, not just writing, maybe painting, maybe singing, maybe playing an instrument, maybe building something, maybe designing something could be a way for you to express yourself and unlock something within yourself in order to manifest what it is that you want, dear Pisces. Now, there is going to be some changes. With the Magician and the Ten of Swords, it does feel like there is a growing dissatisfaction of something in your life, and it does look to me like you're making some changes. Maybe it's got maybe it is changes that have to deal with your appearance. Maybe it has changes that have to deal with your skills, with your talent. Maybe it's changes that, maybe your goals are changing. There's definitely something that is being changed, transformed, if you will, for the better as a result of you wanting to manifest something. It does look like you're going to be working very hard towards the end of the month of May, because we do see the Seven of Pentacles in the future outcome position. And the Seven of Pentacles, we see this farmer working really hard on his property, on his farm, if you will. And he's kind of tired, and he's looking at everything he's built, and he's kind of not satisfied because we don't see him particularly happy or smiling. He seems tired. He seems to be pondering what to do with all of these resources that he was able to gather. And it does look to me that you are going to be persevering, and working hard in order to create more stability towards the end of the month. And you do have someone in your life who's going to be able to provide you with practical advice, who's going to be able to help you take care of your home while you also have to work very hard as well. But let's see what we can clarify with the Shaman Oracle card that I pulled, and we've got in the hand, the universe is working. Oh, the universe is your partner. I was going to say the universe is working with you. And of course, this card is all about feeling secure and taken care of. Something amazing happens when you contemplate your intimate relationship with your higher power. How do you engage it? Perhaps you might have seen things through the influence of your religious background, or you may have been exposed to other ways of making that connection real for you. It doesn't matter. The source of your understanding, what matters is what works for you. For example, if you believe in a punitive God, you will be afraid of punishment. If you believe in a version of a higher power that blesses you, you may find it easier to surrender to a relationship of radical trust. Right now, if you imagine relaxing, curled up in the hands of the divine, how does that make you feel? Can you then turn over your needs and desires to that divine power and trust that you're safe and secure and don't have to do anything at all to feel that way? And so the divine here is saying, you are protected, and right now you just need to have faith that everything will work out. There's a reason why you have the Ten of Swords. It may create a little bit of discomfort in the month of May, but really you should not think about it as discomfort. You should think about it as growth, right? When you feel like, something is a little bit off, that's growth. When you feel like someone is stressing you out based on what they said, that's growth. You are leveling up, you are becoming stronger. So it is important to be aware of that. Let's see what we can clarify with the angel answer oracle cards that I pulled as well. We've got communicate clearly and romance. With the communicate clearly, the situation in your life requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable, but if that is not possible, make sure that your communication method is very thorough. This card can indicate that there has been a miscommunication that is creating a challenge for the parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward again. And of course, the romance card is all about having a very important relationship in your life. This is the romance you have been waiting for. Like all partnerships, there may be ups and there may be downs, but don't let that deter or shake your confidence. Have faith that love is coming into your life to stay. If your question was about a current relationship, you can expect to become closer to one another. Past disagreements will fade away and trust will grow. All relationships have peaks and valleys. This card indicates an upward movement to a new level of dedication and intimacy. This can include engagement, marriage, or a form of recommitment to one another. What a wonderful card. I absolutely love it. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Pisces. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Please don't forget to visit me on Instagram as well. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.